We're live on mine. Are we live now on Brides Magazine?
Hold on, sorry.
Press that button, that's okay.
Now.
Yes, live on both. Hello Brides Magazine ladies, everyone watching, and hello Trinny London ladies. We are here and we're going to do a wonderful half an hour on makeup for Mother of the Bride, and we have delightful Silviana. Come on in, darling. Come on in, Silviana, in a fabulous Amanda Wakeling. Come and sit in your throne. Here you go. And we're going to discuss Silviana's makeup as Mother of the Bride, but I'm going to be coming on with us. Charlotte, come on. Shasha. You know Shasha.
It's Sebagh.
London, everyone knows Shasha. Shasha is our phenomenal makeup artist. If I put something in my hand, it goes terribly wrong. But we're going to look at Silviana's skin, hair and eyes and talk about the appropriateness. I'm going to start with a little prepping, Shasha. Okay, because when you get to the day, you've probably had so much bloody stress. You've kind of had 3 million phone calls, haven't you?
Absolutely.
You're just about to pull your hair out, and then you're thinking, I've got to look gorgeous. And the bride has probably been pampered for 19 hours.
They're the ones that everyone's put protections
Exactly.
on.
So it's exhausted mum, and how can we actually look well before the event? So I'm going to give you like 4 things I think are instant fixes before we get on to makeup. So one is to do a little bit of an at-home facial. Because to have the time to go 2 or 3 hours to get to go and have a facial and come back is probably time the Mother of the Bride doesn't really have. But half an hour before the event, you might be able to sneak in. So I'd say do a little exfoliating mask. One of my favourites is Dr. Sebagh's, and they have one for sensitive skin, but you've got to take the dead skin off and kind of have this. So you clean your skin, put on a little exfoliating mask, take off that dead skin, then you're going to put on a little 2 of my favourite. These are kind of masks. They're the equivalent to going for a facial, but I think they're better. They're better than a woman who does that cleanse tone polish on your face. So one of them is Nannette de Gaspé. This is a mask which was Charlotte Tilbury based her mask on. It's the same manufacturers, and they were the people who invented dry sheet masks. And you put it on your face. It's got a nice pattern on. And I can get one. Shall I get one out and show you actually? It's just, this is like, I put this on a plane. I was going to Japan last week, and I actually just put this on the plane. I didn't give a shit what you thought, because I want to ride with plump skin.
I don't think they normally look at you when you're sitting on a plane.
They know what, you're so right. They don't really. And it just, there's so much dehydration. But we're talking Mother of the Bride moment now, so you've got to help me with this. Hold the packet. It's like a magic trick. Out it pops. And then you have this little thing here. Now these are prohibitive, they're 85 quid, but you can use them 3 times. And I have to say, if I put it on for half an hour, I've worn this on but it will make you look 10 years younger. You'll feel plumped up, the lines diminish. All those things you read about actually happen with this. And it looks like nothing. I could in fact keep it on for a little bit as we're doing this. Oh my God, hell. But I'm just going to show you what you do. You put it on like this, and it's got 2 little things. There's an ear one. It's so and then there's this one, okay? So you've got to go and do the plasma. You've got to do the plasma, and you don't want anyone to bother you. Come down in this mask, nobody will bother you. And then you get a roller. This is one I get off Amazon for 28 quid. Jeanne Stimuloval. And what I did, because they don't tell you to do this with a mask, but inside here there's a weird ingredients that penetrate into your skin. If you use the roller, they're going to penetrate quicker and they work better. So I have to say, Charlotte is like, I've known Trinny for 20 years. But these are the things, you've got to do the plasma, you've got to get the glasses out. What the hell, you want to look good at the wedding. So have this. So you do this a bit. I can literally do this for a few minutes. It would be a bit mad for me to do this whole film like this. I think Charlotte wouldn't be able to look at me. But you get the idea. But this will make it work much quicker. And if I literally do this and I take it off, you'll see already. I'm just going to now take that off. But you can even see just a little juice.
So dewy.
I'm dewy. You see what I mean? So imagine half an hour of that activity, my dear. That's your secret weapon, and that you can use 3 times. When you've used it, you put it back in. So an alternative, if you want to spend a little bit less, new skin. This is not dry sheet, this is a wet one. It looks like jellyish. I won't refer to what it looks like, but it looks like a used something when you take it off your skin. But it's phenomenal. 3 Skin, High Street Doctor. So those I love. So let's say you've done that. Unfortunately, Silviana, we've met 10 minutes ago, so we haven't had time to do that for you today. But on the day, it can be done.
Yes.
So Shasha and I worked on all these colours. We looked at many women like you And in developing Trinny London, we look a lot of the time when we do makeup on women's skin, hair and eye combo. Because putting on makeup is as much about the glorious outfit you're wearing, but it's also looking at your skin and thinking, what do I suit? Because we don't want to see a shocking lip before we see you. We don't want to see a smoky eye that makes you look tired. You know, you want to glow, don't you?
Yes.
You want to feel, you catch sight of yourself, you look at those pictures that are going to be plastered around your family members until you die, and you'll catch sight of that picture and you want to think, I felt good that day, and not, oh my God, why didn't I put on different lipstick?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that, we got this all in mind. There's so little to think about for the day, isn't there? But there's so much longevity in those photographs, and we want to create that perfect moment that will last. So Shasha, describe what you're doing.
Okay.
Is that a phone? That's a phone. Answer the phone, somebody. And Shasha, you say what you're doing.
I'm starting to recreate the dewiness that you just created
Yes,
with that
thank you.
mask with the BFF cream,
Which is this one.
which is
Yeah,
that one.
yep.
And Sylviana is a medium,
Yeah.
and it's gonna. It's
So
got
Sylviana's skin, hair and eye. Let's go over that, because
Oh, okay,
defining
fine.
what you are is really
Well, we had a
important for
little
us.
chat about that earlier,
Yeah.
and we've come to the decision, which is I feel you're a warm brunette because there's quite a lot of goldy readiness going on, but not enough to be an auburn. You've got mid brown eye,
Yes.
and your skin is, for me, it's dark. It could be two things: dark tan, dark olive. But I feel like you're more olivey because
Yeah.
I feel the sort of.
And you don't burn that quickly in the
in the
sun,
sun.
do you?
No, I bet you're
Okay.
good in the sun.
All right, so if you went on Trinny London, we'd ask you that first to do that, and then all the makeup which is put on you is thinking of that combination. So Shasha, starting now with our foundation, little bit. You want foundations on the day that don't crease. You don't want to get things here. You don't want to feel when you've had, did you have an emotional moment on the day? You know, there's an opportunity we might cry at some stage. So there's things like, should we use waterproof mascara? If we have a really thick foundation on and we blow our nose, we're going to go red nose, brown face, or, you know, beige face. And you need to just have a base on that's going to last you the day, but not be so thick that it wears down and wears into your face badly. Yeah,
Terrible.
so terrible. So the BFF's giving you the glow.
Yeah, Sylviana's got great skin anyway, so I'm just going to sort of patchwork it because she doesn't need to have the foundation everywhere.
So whilst you do the foundation, can we take questions? Do we have questions, ladies? We can take a question or two.
Well, they were interested in knowing again the name of the masks and of the...
The names of the masks, I will recount those while Shasha does that. So, hang on, let me just get them out of shot and bring them into frame. Because I literally picked up at home what I love the most. So, Nannette de Gaspé is the mask. She does some for the boob, for the tush, for the hands, but the face mask is my favourite one. It's called Visage. And she's also bringing out a junior range, which is less expensive. But these, I bought these in Selfridges. New 3 Skin, I bought at Space NK, and this is called the Rose Gold Mask. There it is, and it's the one that looks a bit rubbery when it comes out. 2 brilliant masks: hydration, plumpness, everything you need before a wedding. And Jeanne Stimuloval is my little roller I use every day, and I use it on all my Instagrams and Facebooks. You'll see that. Okay, so skin prepping is key, and I think we'll talk about powder towards the end,
Yep.
but it's just important when you've got it. So Sylviana, with this colour you've got on, it's a very strong colour, but your skin colour and your hair colour can take the strength of that fuchsia. But you need to wear makeup that won't make this stand out too much. At the moment, on a bare skin, I see that colour. It's quite strong. So the kind of blusher volume you're going to have and the depth of colour on your lips and things we'll discuss.
Also, tone-wise, I think it would be like day to day. Probably I'd go for a more peachy, Freddy, Wigsy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But with this colour, that's going to fight. So you have to
be
sidestep
yes.
a little bit away from what would be your standard
Yeah,
when you're
so-
wearing quite a bold colour like this.
So to interpret that for brides, ladies who don't understand those
Sorry, is
words.
that technical?
But it's just that
So whereas I
normally.
go from a wigs, I go to a Katrin, which has a bit
Okay,
more
so
flow
let's
and
just
is
do.
like-
So on a day to day, if you weren't wearing fuchsia, this might be one of your
Yeah.
nicest cheek colours.
This is
But it fights a little bit with that colour. So you might think of your everyday makeup, and when you put a new colour on, you might have to slightly rethink what tones you should be wearing in your makeup.
whereas I go, because an olive can get away with the Katrin, looks gorgeous on Chloe.
Yeah.
So I go more here, but keep the lip neutrally pretty,
Yes.
rather than
And the cheek has gone
Right,
cooler to deal
slightly
with the
cooler
coolness
to
of
deal
the
with the
fuchsia.
coolness of the future.
Okay, great. All right,
Okay,
so
so
we're
we're
now
going to cheekbones you.
Now we kind of live for cream-based products, and have we got a light that's gone down? We've got a light that's gone down, so technical hitch. Hold on, ladies. Let's just see here.
You bring a tool.
Is that going to fire it again? No, it's not wanting
It's
to
on my
work.
head.
I should get one of those
Switch
head
on.
torches.
On.
I should. So then I
This
can
one
see it at
likes
all
to-
times.
We can get that going.
Panic at bright magazine.
I can kind of hit it.
Sorry if I'm quick.
No, oh, we lost the light. We lost the light. So
How
where
do you
were
get
we?
rid of lines above your lips?
Lines above your lips can be a number of things.
And she says it's smoking, so I guess
Smoking.
she's
Okay, I'm
not-
going to give you short, medium, and long-term solutions. So, short-term solution is to use the Body Shop lip pencil in the lip wax pencil, because that will just fill in like sort of polyfiller. It will fill in the lines above your lips, so when you put lipstick on, it won't bleed so much, and it will look better. Another product is Murad Invisiblur, and it's a sort of primer with SPF 50, but it does blur lines a little bit, so that's kind of a great thing to use. On a medium-term solution, I think to exfoliate your lips and then to use a really good product above, some kind of retinol product, and then to do a bit of microneedling, you will actually help to soften the lip line. So I think that combination of a bit of microneedling, you could do a 0.2 to a 0.5 needle, a little bit of a retinol, and work your way up. Start with a very gentle one. Don't go mad with this rolling, but that does help a little bit. Long-term solution, there are 2 or 3 lasers that do help. There's one called Ultra, and that helps a little bit with reducing the lines above your mouth, and there's 2 or 3. But I'm going to do something on my Facebook Live soon, which will talk about different lasers for lines and looking at extreme things that you can do. So that's the lip lines above the lip question. Shasha now.
I like to have shape in the face before I do colour. So we've cheekbones, and now we're doing our top secret brow product.
Top secret brow. But I think with Silviana, you have a very strong hair colour, darling, and it's really important to have a strong brow because your face can take it, your bone structure can take it, and also it's going to balance out again the brightness of the fuchsia because you've got natural strong colours which are hair colours as opposed to putting a bright lip on. And it just frames your face. It makes also lifts your eye. Really good.
It's been the bane of my life,
Where else we
having
need
thin
to go
eyebrows.
with everything else.
Yes, it so does. And also we've put on Kate, which is a contour. And contouring, for any mother of the bride, unless you're sort of having a baby who's getting married, contouring is a bit of an anomaly because we sort of think either of the 1980s bronzer, or we think of the quite heavy contouring now you see if any of your kids watch Kardashian shows. But contouring can be that simple shadow that you create below your the fullness of your cheek, which gives that sense of a kind of more chiseled face. You're right, girls. They're all behind the camera. Getting a bit.
A couple of people said they couldn't hear you.
Oh, then you can't hear me.
Oh my god, I can hear her.
Yeah, I think let's move this forward.
You know what you can do? Okay, I'm saying you don't need to be on your tripod. You can feel the freedom to move in and out. Do you feel the balls to take it off the tripod? Do you really?
There you go.
Do you think this locked off shot is working, or do you want to kind of go in and out and do a bit of a close?
There we go.
Yes!
There we go. There we go.
This is the first proper Facebook Live for brides, and it's like getting into that flow, being able to move around, having the freedom to come in close. You just move your hands forward and come out.
I have a few questions that
Yes.
have come in.
Yes.
Would you recommend for making the makeup look last all day?
Well, making up last all day is quite a lot about how you've prepped your skin. If you put certain products on before which make other products slide off like too much for facial oil, the makeup's going to come off, isn't it, Shasha?
Yeah.
It's over. It's over before it started. So using a primer can be helpful on a long day where you've got to be sort of 8 to 10 hours in the same makeup, and there's different primers on the market. Using just a tinted moisturizer base like we use BFF acts as a primer, and then not putting your foundation everywhere but just where you need it, so that the base that you're building, you're not taking a thin layer of paper and putting big huge bricks on top and it's going to crumble through. You're just doing thin layers which build up. And then what we believe in really strongly, Shasha and I, is by not using powder, it allows you to touch your makeup up all day. So having the stack, and we don't have a stack here, Lucy, let's get a stack. you can just then think, oh, I need a bit more blush, put it on, and you're not putting cream on top of powder on top of cream, which is a way that makeup doesn't last. So using the same makeup consistency through your journey is really important. So if I do, this, if I'm touching up, everything is cream. So I can just touch up now. I don't know what I've got on my lip, but
Maddie,
I've got Maddie, and now I'm just putting on something totally different. But you know, that's an important way for it to last all day. I think investing in things like, I've seen recently again the re-emergence, and I remember Diego Della Palma, who now has a range still in M&S, had this spray in the 90s, which you put on. It was literally hairspray for the face. Don't go near it. Really bad. And it just made you set your face. And you just kind of smile and you crack. So avoid things like that. MAC has a setting spray, which I see a few young girls use. My daughter bought it the other day. But I think things like that too, they'll set your makeup for that selfie freeze frame, but they will not actually help the makeup to look really good a few hours later. So I think it's gentle tending to your face throughout the day. Using cream-based products, to me and to Shasha, is the best way to maintain a really great face through the day.
Also, just thinking of, sometimes weddings happen abroad, don't they?
Yes,
Think of
they
the
do.
weather you're going to as well.
Very true.
If it's humid or it's hot and it's different to how it usually is, don't layer up your moisturiser. BFF would be enough.
Yeah.
And humidity control if you're on a
Serum
foreign
to
wedding.
foundation.
Yeah, I reckon.
Would be the way.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay,
What
great.
colours are you using, Sha?
I've done a little bit of Lovers because it's a wedding,
It's a wedding. It's lovers.
and I've actually I've sort of done it in my reverse. I've done a little bit of Lovers first, close to the lash line, a little bit up onto the lid, and then I've fuzzed it out with Wisdom to go into Sylviana's socket because it's more gentle on the shape of her eye.
Sylviana, look. Yeah, very
So
nice.
it's
Keep your eyes down.
Trinny.
Excellent. Great. So we can just get in close to what Shasha's doing there.
This is a meta live.
Because then they can see all the detail. Now, I think the other things as well are, you know, if we don't have the skin of 20-year-olds and we feel that sort of eye crease is quite heavy, I would say, this is something that I've noticed a little bit, is when you get tired and your skin is looser above your eye, it can sag quicker, and you don't really want to have that on a wedding day. Do you know what I mean, Sylviana?
I certainly
Yeah,
do.
I know you do. And so what I do is I do a tiny bit, this is just me, so it comes with a doctor's warning, but I start to do a little bit of microneedling on this skin, very gently, and a few little serums to tighten it. And I did it for a week, and then I really noticed, instead of that kind of, you know, my eyes were doing this, that they started actually having shape again and not looking so tired. And then the other thing, which is, if you have eyes that sag down, this is a mad little massage routine, which I could show you, but you'd laugh, and Charlotte would just find it difficult to
I
do.
have a question.
Oh, sorry.
Which is to put your fingers like this and
Oh
to
no,
put them.
I've sat through you doing that on a train
Okay.
with
and,
Susanna.
Yeah, I know. And to put your fingers up like that, I'm going to look insane, but really, I mean, look now at my brows. Okay, look at my brows. You wake up in the morning, the wedding's at 12, and you're thinking, oh my God, my eyes are falling asleep.
Do you need to watch this for the tip? Or the
Sorry,
laugh?
sorry. And then you just close your eyes like this 30 times, and you keep pushing your fingers up like you're doing a V sign at somebody who's offended you when you've been driving the car too fast, and you just keep doing that.
You getting that? Yeah.
I'm doing that. And you do 30 of them,
I
and
was
then
thinking
you'll
more
find
plastic
your
surgery.
brows will lift. And if you do that little exercise, sitting on the loo when you wake up for a week before, you'll find on the day, you'll feel you've had a mini little facelift. And things like that don't cost any money, and they really help to just shape your face. Give yourself a little facial massage as well. Do a little scissoring like this, which gets the skin moving, scissoring on the forehead like that. So that friction gives your skin a little bit of a jolt. A little pinching doesn't do any harm. Get the circulation there. This is something you should do every day, Sylvia.
I need to,
I know.
yeah.
Well, we can
Talk about this
later.
afterwards.
Yes, exactly. So going back to Shasha, so
Yeah, I probably
eyelash
want a
curlers.
lash curler.
Let's
for
talk
someone
about
that's
that.
fine.
Yes.
Look down at my finger just to there.
Because I don't know how many of you do lash curling, and it's something that I forget a lot, Shasha.
Yeah, I
but
know you do. I
always
do
have
it
in your
every
routine.
day.
I know, and that does
Because it just
open up the
opens
eye.
up, really opens them up.
Mm.
Especially, yeah, it's really going to pop your eyes.
Because I think
Look down at my finger again.
we can start with curly lashes, and as we get older, as we grow up, I'm going to put it, our lashes sometimes go straighter. And so we need to have that curl in them to open up the lash, opens up the eye, and gives you that very present feeling.
Okay. Look down to the floor for me.
That makeup's great.
We have a question from Carla.
Yes.
So Carla says, I need advice for under my eyes, thank you. I use foundation and powder, but I am now 36 and I think it's showing my tired eyes more.
Showing your tied eyes.
Tired eyes.
Tired eyes. Sorry, I think you meant tied eyes. That's Chloe's Italian accent. Tired eyes. I think wearing foundation and powder, sometimes we can start on a regime in our 20s and we wake up at 34, which you are, and you've done the same routine for 9 years, but your skin has changed. So I think it's always good to revisit the routine you've got and think, should I go to more cream-based things? Should I be using less powder? Are there other products out there, which I'll show you in a minute with face finish, which can take away the shine but not have to be a powder that you layer and layer and give cracks under your eyes?
Carla, this was for you.
You've got a question.
for
Come
you.
on, darling.
What
Yes.
is the biggest no-no for a Mother of the Bride beauty look?
Oh, I would say too much fake tan. I really would. I mean, I kind of think that there's something that doesn't translate terribly well in photography when you, the night before, think, oh, let me just put my hand out for that bottle. And just, I'm feeling pale and I know it's going to be a long day, and putting it on and then wake up and think I overdid the fake tan and then having to scrub it off. So I think step away from the fake tan bottle. And just go with your skin because it's going to look better as well, and then use blusher to bring out some colour in your skin. So that would be my biggest no-to. And I would say matching your lip to your outfit, if it's a bright outfit. I think it's fine when you're doing a mad fashion moment. I occasionally do it. Shasha and I have occasionally thought, oh, well, Trinny, let's do the red lip with that red thing. But I think for a mother of bride, it's what you don't want to do. So if, Silviana, you thought for a second, that fuchsia lip matches exactly my outfit, then it might be that fuchsia lip is fabulous on you, but not when you match it to your look. Because it would date you. It would date you. Okay.
Ross is asking,
Yes, Ross. Yes, Ross.
should I be lash curling to help hide my hooded eyes?
Should you be lash curling to help hide hooded eyes? This is actually somebody being naughty at our office. But, but it's a very good question, Charlotte. If you have hooded eyes, is lash curling going to work as well?
It pops them out.
It does.
Yes.
Right. So there's no eye shape
So
that you would
Ross
say
needs to
wouldn't
get
benefit.
some eyelash curlers.
Okay, all right, fine. So Ross, we're suggesting go and get some eyelash curlers. Charlotte, what would you recommend as the best eyelash curler?
Uemera.
Uemera. All right, as a brand, lovely Japanese
All
brand.
day long.
It's not actually a Japanese brand. It's a brand invented by L'Oreal to appear Japanese, I think.
Is it though?
Yeah, that's what I heard when I was in Japan by a Japanese lady.
Interesting.
Yes.
What are 3 beauty tools that you think every woman should own? Or do you think that there are some beauty tools that a woman of that age bracket should own particularly?
I personally feel that everyone should own some kind of tool that will stimulate their skin. So the most rudimentary thing could be like a jade tool. They're not made of jade, but they're like this piece of stone in the shape of a love heart you can buy on Amazon now. And you just put it and you lift your cheekbone a bit. That's a very good tool. I personally like microneedling, and there's some which are very gentle. You could go for GloPro, which is one which is a 0.2 needle. It has a little red light, and it's got 190 barrels to the needle as opposed to 300 or 400. And it really is gentle on your skin, and it stimulates the skin, and then you can put a retinol or a vitamin C afterwards and it will penetrate further. So what microneedling does is it allows products to work with more strength, and that's why I love it. Anyone who hasn't done it before should start very gently. If you have really sensitive skin, be incredibly gentle. But the point of microneedling is like a derma pen. It's like the PRP Dracula facial. But what it's going to do is it's going to go down and irritate your collagen and say, come on, work. Because when we're about 20, 23, we slowly start to produce collagen, which is the elasticity and plumpness in our skin. So if you do anything that goes and challenges the skin, it has to fight back. So that's why, as a principle, these kind of things can work on a very small level with microneedling, and on a very successful level with something like Fraxel, Fraxapen, Dermapen, these kind of things. So having a stimulation for your skin is important, little microneedle. I think one of the best, I mean, if you had to think of what are the main products you should use, if we think we've got peptides, we've got copper amino acids, we've got retinols, we've got retin vitamin A creams, we've got vitamin C creams, we've got different serums. There's so many things, but the most important thing is to clean your face thoroughly twice. That's the most important thing. And clean your face so that whatever you put on it will penetrate. If you just use one serum, that you start to build into your inventory, and you think, I want to do vitamin C. At the beginning of the scale, you could do vitamin C 30% with silicone, which is a nice product. At the higher end of the scale, you could do a Dr. Sebagh vitamin C powder, which is very concentrated, about 23% of vitamin C, but not diluted, which the ordinary is. Or you could do DCL, which is a brand which has a vitamin C night booster, which is a fantastic vitamin C product. So, you know, there's a big range out there, and you can get cheaper brands. I personally like, if I'm going a cheap brand, I'd go towards the ordinary more than a Boots kind of, you know, I don't want to diss here, so I have to be careful, but I just feel, go for doctory brands, go for things where you really think there's an ingredient in there. Start to know your ingredients, start to see what works. If you look at an ingredients on a bottle of skincare, the first 5 are the only important ones to look at, because those are the only ones that have any weight to them. The rest could be very incrementally small amounts. So the first 5 are really going to be the ones that will change that product. But read them all in case there's anything you're allergic to. Okay.
Your hair naturally curly?
Yes. So, Shasha,
Yeah.
give us the lowdown.
Can you see?
Yeah.
It does, because I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So gorgeous.
We've
That
done.
is really beautiful makeup.
I know I didn't bring one of my little hand mirrors either.
I know, but let me see if I can get a mirror.
Our stand, the extra stand is a mirror, isn't it?
The extra stand is a mirror.
Yeah.
What's the extra
Where is
stand?
it,
Yes.
Lucy? In the daunt bag there underneath the coat.
How do you feel?
Very good idea,
I'm
Shasha.
excited to see what it looks like, actually.
You have to see round holes as well.
Yeah.
You get an idea.
Oh, that's good. That's lovely because it's natural.
Yeah.
Very natural.
Very
looking.
natural.
Yes.
But your eyes
soft.
pop. I see you've got
It's-
gorgeous eyes, but it's not
it's
too much on your eyes.
No, that's really super.
Great.
From here they say gorgeous.
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 Rundown.
Great. Do you want to just go over what you've used, darling?
Okay, so we used on
And I'll
Silviana's
bring them up when you say so, yes. So,
eyes, we've got
Yep.
Wisdom and Lovers.
okay, nice combination, especially for skin, hair and eye combo. Of a
Yeah,
dark
and I
colour
like
was really
the,
nice.
it's got a bit of purpley, it's got a bit of, you know, it's in
It
that
has a
family.
relationship with
rather
it.
than being an Empress, which just would be too orange brown to
Yep.
go with this
Yep.
fuchsia.
So it's thinking about the
It's
tones.
thinking about the tones
is really important.
with the eye, but also balancing with the
With
when
the
with a bright
brightness.
colour like that,
Yep.
you have to. And then we've got Katrin on the cheek, and then I always like something with a pop.
Which is
So we've popped actually Phoebe on the top just to
Yep.
give it an extra level.
And those all tonally work beautifully with the fuchsia as well. Yep.
And then we Tallis here.
Talist. Coming now, coming now.
We
Yes.
Tallis and Thea'd on the mouth.
Talist and Thea. So this looks
Yeah.
like a
So
real
2 different colours.
red.
Different colours
but
because
it's
that would have
just-
been much too red.
So it's taking that tiny bit there. It
But
starts off
adding a
as
bit of
and then you add
the
that on
brown into
top.
it.
We had a question before about red lips on Mother of the Bride. Do you think that look is too strong for a wedding?
I would kind of say that to have a really bright, this is a real thing, and I don't know what you feel, Shasha, but part of me feels intuitively that you want to have the most natural, beautiful makeup, unless you're a woman known for her red lip. Unless you're a sort of Paloma Picasso kind of woman, or a
Yeah,
you know,
my
somebody
mum
who's,
is a red
who's
lip woman, so
always
she
has
did
a
do
red
a
lip.
red
So
lip.
then you would do what is norm. But I think to suddenly do one when you don't normally wear one is not the
It's
right
maybe
way
not,
to go for,
yeah.
for a wedding moment. Yeah.
Oh, and we did Starlight. Just
Are
on the cheek because I just think why not?
Yes.
Why shouldn't you?
A little bit.
And then a little bit of
Starlight
face
is-
finish.
Is
That's
a
a
little
highlighter?
bit.
It's a highlighter, but
highlighter.
just really, it's really gentle and it just gives like a nice glow. I didn't go mad with it, but just to catch the light on top of blush.
It just does such a little glow, but it gives a softness. And also, I think, you know, if you've got a really long day, just to have a little light reflection here is going to lift your eye, and any kind of tiredness you have under your eye, it will help it disappear. And then face finish,
quickly
Shasha.
then.
Should we
Face
talk through
finish.
face finish?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the important thing to do. Is
And I
how you're
did-
going to take away the shine.
I brushed down the middle, Silviana's nose, a bit on the chin. I've left the cheeks quite dewy, but then I have taken it underneath the eye because I find it does that
Filling in.
diffusing thing, the little
Yes.
filling in. It just makes the makeup like blend nicely together and sit better, I think,
Yeah.
without adding any cakiness.
Your makeup is fun, Farah is saying.
Shasha, thank you,
Thanks,
darling. Her makeup is fabulous. So that's kind of it. There's many things you could think about doing as Mother of the Bride, but it's to feel that you look your best and it's going to last you all day, and you don't do anything so out of the ordinary. So don't go and choose an outfit that you think, I'd normally never wear that shape, but let me just do that for this day. It's always going with things that suit your body shape. You've chosen such a beautiful outfit, I have to say, because it's versatility with that cape. And then you go and dance later, you can take
You're
it
like
off.
matching, you two.
I know, we are capettes. We're the capettes, aren't we?
I didn't get the memo.
Look at that underneath, that's gorgeous.
Ooh, it is
gorgeous. You really are going to be rocking it tonight, darling. Well, thank you very much, Silviana, for coming into the little studio at Brides.
Pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much, Brides, for hosting us. We really enjoyed ourselves. And Shasha, as ever.
Glorious makeup.
Glorious.
Catch you all soon.
Bye.